Got stopped again. Right, students, I'll show the commands once again. Those who were absent should also be able to. Can see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the commands you need to load in order to get the libraries which we use for image analysis into your Jupyter notebook. This is the magic function which brings matplotlib inline. You should also import NumPy library in order to work with image pixels as arrays and dimensional arrays. You have to use image.io library in order to get the image into your Jupyter notebook into a variable, and matplotlib.pyplot also should be used in order to plot the image in your Jupyter notebook, in order to show the image in your Jupyter notebook. Now, you should also get from SK image, from scientific Python, okay, SK image, scientific Python tool, SK image, you are importing data, right? And that data I'll show you where exactly we use. And you're taking image variable here, image path here, where your JPG file is stored. I already shared the folder with you. In that you have this JPG image if you want to work separately. And in this, from this JPG image, you are reading the image. I am read by using the library image.io, and that you are getting into your local variable photo data. And when you print the type of this photo data, you can see that it is assumed as array. This entire image is an array, n-dimensional array, which is having rows and columns. Now, in order to print this on the screen, first you reserve space for it by giving the figure size as 1515 and plotting, giving the figure size as 1515 for the figure, and then using PLT, you give plot.im show, image show, plot.image show. What has to be shown? Whatever is fetched into this variable photo data. Now that satellite image will be displayed like this. Now, if you want to see the size of this photo data, you can get it as photo data.shape. And as I already explained, colors will be represented in the form of primary colors, RGB, red, green, and blue. Okay. Now this every color intensity lies between 0 and 255. So if you take intensity as 12 or 13, that color will be of low intensity. But if you take 250 or 255, that color will be of high intensity in that pixel. Okay, for this I have shown you. Once again, I'll just represent it for you as we didn't record it. RGB, and every color, red, green, and blue, every color will be represented with the numbers ranging between 0 and 255. So if you take 7 for R, it is of low intensity. But if you take 190 for R, then it is of high intensity. So if you take a pixel, if you take this pixel having the value 15, 250, and 3, this pixel will have green as its dominant color. And if you take in this image, if you select another pixel and find out its value in the ND array, now this is having 3, 4, and 200. In this case, we can say that blue is having high intensity in this pixel. Okay, so blue is predominant in that pixel. So blue is more visible, blue is more intense in that pixel. Okay, this is how it is represented. Now, if you take this photo data size, now before that, let us see, according to this satellite image, what does each color represent? In this satellite image, red pixel indicates altitude. Altitude means height in that particular area from the sea level. Okay, and blue pixel indicates aspect, means some predominant feature in that particular area, and green indicates slope. If there is high slope, then it indicates thicker green colors. If it is plain area, then it indicates low intensities of green color. Okay, then what does these actually, why are these significant in the spread of forest fire? Say you can understand like this. If the height is too much and if the slope is more in that with that height, in such cases the speed of wind will be more. If the speed of wind is more, then it will add to the spreading of forest fire. It will spread the forest fire very quickly where the altitude is high and where the slope is high. And aspect, say if the forest cover is very thick in some areas, in that case it can catch the fire quickly. Or if if it is green, it may not spread that quickly, but if the forest cover is almost dry, in such cases, if the blue intensity may be high, in such cases the spread may be very quick. Okay, like that, based on the geographic locations, each of these play some role in the spreading of forest fire. Okay, now let us see what is the photo data size. If you take how many pixels you have in this photo data, you can just give it as photo data dot size. Now you can see it has 536 lakh 6,475 pixels. Totally, this satellite image has these many pixels. Now, if you want to know the photo data's minimum value and maximum value, this will enable us to know that the color intensities are within the given range. Now, if you see here, photo data's minimum pixel value will be 0 and maximum pixel value will be 255. This indicates that we have color values in this range. So it is correct representation of the data. Now, just if you want to find mean of all these values, you can see that mean intensity of any color in this satellite image is spread around 75 in 0 to 255. Most of the intensities are low intensities only. So if you want to know something, say you are wearing a white shirt and standing against a white wall. Can we differentiate better? No, right? If you wear a red shirt in front of a white wall, the contrast will be better to differentiate between you and the wall. In the same way, if you have moderate intensities and high intensities of colors, if you are able to suppress or if you are able to eliminate all the low intensity colors, then high intensity colors will be more obvious. High intensity colors will be more appealing. They can give us more information when compared to all the colors messing up, right? So if you are able to project high intensity pixels and suppress low intensity pixels, then you will be able to study about a geographic location more better, right? That we are going to do now. We are going to play with this satellite image analysis, satellite image, and find how best we can analyze this image. Now, if you want to know what is the color intensity at 150th row and 250th column in this photo data. You can see the pixel values: red, green, and blue. At this particular pixel, the pixel at 150th row and 250th column, you have red with intensity 17, green with intensity 35, and blue with intensity 255. So which color is predominant in this pixel? Can anybody answer? Which
Blue.
color? Tell me. Which color?
Blue, ma'am.
Yes, blue is of more intensity in this pixel. 35 is of lesser intensity and red is almost of zero intensity, right? That is how we need to understand. Now, if you take again here 150th row, at 150th row, 250th column in the first layer. What is this third parameter? In the first layer, third index number here we are using. It is in the first layer. First layer means red indicates 0th layer, green indicates first layer, and blue indicates second layer. Now you wanted to know in the first layer at 150th row and 250th column, what is the intensity of that green color? It is 35. And that is what we are mentioning here. Did you understand clearly? Here we are taking the entire color of the pixel. Here we are taking with respect to one particular color, what is the intensity? For that, you need to specify the third index number, that is the layer. Here it is green layer we are referring to. Now, if you give here blue layer, what would be the answer? Students, what would be the answer? At 150th row, 250th column. Yes,
255.
very good. It is 255. Now, if I give 150th row, 250th column, 0th layer, that is red layer. Can anybody else can answer this?
17, ma'am.
Yes, very good. It is 17. So you're understanding well, I feel. Now set a pixel to all zeros. What does this indicate? Say, if you want to make entire pixel to be black, in such cases we can assign it to 0. And if you want to make all those pixels to white, you can assign it to 255. Okay, so if you take all the layers and assign 0 value, it will be black. If you take all the layers, assign 255 value, it will be white. Okay, so in RGB, if you have different intensities, you have different colors, but all these values are given 255, 255 and 255. That entire pixel will be of white color only, right? You know that all the colors you put on a wheel and turn it, it will appear to be white when it is turning very fast. Did you notice that in your childhood you might have done this experiment? Okay, same way, if you want all colors to be predominant, you assign 255 to all the layers, which will result in white color. We'll see how to do that. Now here, we are taking 150th row and 250th column. That pixel, you're making it as 0. Means all the layers are being made as 0. Means you're trying to put a white dot on the satellite image. Understand this carefully. On the photo data, 150th column, 150th row to 50th column, you are trying to assign 0. Sorry, it is black dot. I am really sorry, not white dot. It is black dot. Okay. So when you display this, somewhere around here, 150th row, this place, and 250th column means around this place, you have placed some black dot somewhere here. You can notice this. Why? Because you are trying to make this change with respect to a single pixel, which is unnoticeable when compared to this large image, right? So let us do it with respect to some collection of rows and columns so that we can easily identify the change that is made. Okay, now let us reload the image once again so that that previous changes made will be nullified. Now this image is loaded and observe this statement carefully. From 200th row to 800th row, for all the columns, you are intensifying green color with the value 255 and displaying the image. What happened here? Observe this carefully. I'll go back to the command once again. A green band is replacing these columns which we have mentioned here. So we have taken from, see here, see the mouse, hovering of the mouse, from 200 to 800 row. For all the columns, you are taking the green layer and making its intensity to be maximum. Means you're trying to place a green band on the satellite image. And you succeeded in doing it, right? Now, if I change this to be 3000 to 3500 for all the columns, apply a blue band. Where will this band appear? Can anybody give a clue for me? See the image. From 3000 to 3500 row, all the columns means throughout the image horizontally, I am selecting the blue layer and making it of high intensity. So where will the blue band appear now?
In bottom.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, bottom.
Yes, in the bottom part here, 3000. You can see the axis 3000 to 3500. You'll get a blue band. Got it, students?
Yes,
Right? This is how you can manipulate the image given to you by referring to each of the pixels as an array. You know very well how to slice the image, right? Slice the array, right? Now the slicing operations will help you to select a particular location. And in that location, if you want to make any changes, you can do very easily. Okay, here you are selecting the lower part of the image. Before you have selected topmost part of the image. Right? This is how you need to understand. Now, can anyone tell me what happens to the image with this command? Observe the command carefully and tell me what change will happen to the image. Remember, I'm reloading the image again and I'm selecting rows 200 to 800. For all the columns, I didn't mention any layer, but I'm intensifying all the colors to 255. What will happen now?
Ma'am, white color will be generated.
Very good. White color will be generated. Because I haven't mentioned any color layer as the third index number, you notice here 200 to 800, this will select the rows. Columns, this will select all the columns, comma, I didn't give any layer. So this applies to all the layers, red, green and blue. All the layers will be intensified to 255 value, and combination of all these colors having maximum intensity, it will be displayed as white. Yes. Now tell me what will happen with the next command. Somebody else. Anybody from girls? Lata? What will happen with this command? Lata, you are there? Bhavisha? Yeah, answer this. What will happen to the image when I have selected 200 to 800 row, all the columns, irrespective of the layers, I am assigning 0 value. Murli? Harshit? Srinivas? What are you all doing sleeping? Only if you get 60% in this test, you will get the certificate. Listen carefully. Yes, I heard some answer. Who is that?
Question once again, ma'am. There was some
Question.
noise recording.
Okay. See, you on this photo image, you are selecting 200 to 800 rows, means from this row to this row. You are selecting all the columns, means all the values on the picture. You, irrespective of the layers, you are assigning 0 value to it. Now, what will appear on the image?
Ma'am, it will display black color on 200 to 800 row.
Very good. It will display black color because you are making the intensity of red as well as green as well as blue layers. You're making the intensity to be 0. All the intensity is nullified here. When you make all intensities high, it will display white band. All intensities 0, it will display a black band. Okay. So when you execute this, you can see the black band displayed on the image. Lata and Bhavisha, did you understand? Or you want me to repeat again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hereafter, you all should answer because you very well understood what each layer represents, what each pixel represents. You should be able to answer the remaining questions. All of you, stay attentive. Now, if you want to filter out another important application in satellite image analysis, if you want to filter out all the low values, low pixel values, and highlight only high intensity values so that the image will be more colorful, the image will be more appealing. You can read the aspects, you can read the slope, you can read the altitude very clearly. For that, you need to filter out the low intensities and project only high intensities. For that, what we are doing, create a filter which will filter out all the intensities lesser than 200. Understand this slowly. Today we are going to analyze only this image. No hurry to run forward. Still we have 2 more case studies. We'll complete that. See this carefully. We are creating a low intensity filter, low value filter. You know how to create a filter, right? You have understood that in NumPy arrays. You are creating a low value filter. How you are creating that filter? With photo data pixel values lesser than 200. With photo data value pixel values lesser than 200 means you want to filter out all the pixel values that are of low intensity lesser than 200, and you want only pixel values that are of high intensity greater than 200, which will give you thick colors and suppress thin colors. Okay, for that you are creating a low value filter. And let us just see low value filter dot shape to know where it will filter out the values and where it will project the values. It will just give Boolean values. How many Boolean values you would have in low value filter? 3,725, same as the photo data, and 4,797, same as the photo data, and all the three layers. What do we mean by this? In this, by applying this particular filter, you will get the same image, but you will have some values filtered out. Means it doesn't change the shape. The original image remains the same, but the pixel values will be filtered out. Okay, you will get more clarity on this. Let us go forward. Here you just understand how to create a filter. If you want high value filters, then you can change this relational operator. Photo data greater than 200. Okay, you should be very careful while applying the filters. Filters indicate that if any value matching with this filter, then based on its application, it will be suppressed or it will be projected. So how good we use this filter is important. Making a filter, forming a filter is easy, but you have to apply this carefully, otherwise you'll get the negation of it. You'll get the opposite of it. So you should be very careful while applying the filters. Now see how to filter out low values. Now let us see how to filter out low values. Now while loading the photo data, we are doing some operations. First you load the photo data and see, just to see the difference between the previous image and after this applying this filter, what would be the later image. We just wanted to see the difference. For that you are loading the original image first. This will load your original image, and let me put that. Yeah. Just put this command once again so that I'll get the original image. Okay, now I'm loading the original image here. And what I'm doing on this photo filter, listen carefully, on this photo filter image, I'm applying, on this photo data image, I'm applying the low value filter. What does this low value filter indicate? All the values lesser than 200. Got it? See here what we have given. Low value filter is defined as all the photo data values lesser than 200. Now that values we are selecting here. Low value filter means all the photo data values lesser than 200 we are selecting and making it as 0. What do we mean by this? Class, what do we mean by this? You are trying to suppress all the pixels where the values are lesser than 200, where the intensity is lesser than 200, you are suppressing by making it as 0. Got it? I'm repeating again, on this photo data, you're applying low value filter and assigning it to 0. Right? So all the low intensities now will be made black. to provide better contrast for high intensity colors. And you're displaying the image once again after application of this filter. So let us see what will be displayed. So this is your initial image and this is your final image after filtering is applied. See how beautifully you are able to project the high intensity colors. Now, when you see in this, you are not able to study that well about the geographic location. But when you are able to suppress low intensity colors, means light colors, and project only dark colors, you can notice that in this area, see in this area, the altitude is high. In this area, the slope is high. In this area, the aspect is high. Based on them, we can analyze where there would be spread of forest fire, where the forest fire would spread quickly. When there is a altitude, when there is high altitude, yes. When there is high red intensity, there is high altitude. If there is high altitude, wind speed may be very high. If there is wind speed, it may give rise to setting up of the forest fire and spreading of the forest fire very quickly in no time. That is how they can analyze. Okay. So this is how we do that by applying filters to the photo data. Now let us see some more row and column operations. Now let us take some rows range and columns range and print the types of row range and column range just to show you that they are nothing but one n-dimensional arrays. If you take the length of the photo data and up to that row range, if you get the rows range and columns range, they will be treated here as an n-dimensional array. Okay, all the values, all the rows and columns here are part of dimensions of an array. That is why they are called as numpy.nd array, belonging to the class numpy.nd array. Now, across these rows range and columns range, make the intensity to be 255. Can anybody tell me what happens to the figure when we perform this operation? Understand the previous assignment carefully. You are taking the entire length of the image, some 526 lakh, some pixels you have, right? For that, you are taking it as rows range, and same rows range you are assigning to columns range also. So when you take rows range, comma columns range, it represents all the diagonal values where I equal to j. Now let me go to PPT once again and show you. Say you have a matrix like this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11. Now when you take length of this entire array and put that as row and put that as column also. So whenever row is equal to column, that is 0, 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2. Whenever row index is equal to column index, then you make the intensity as 255. Means all these diagonal values will be made as 255. Okay. Now tell me, in our image, we are trying to select all the diagonal values. Where rows is equal to columns, it represents diagonal values. Now what we are doing? We are making it as 255. Can anyone tell me what happens to the image now? Irrespective of the layers, You are selecting all the diagonal pixels and making it as 255. It will draw a diagonal white line on the image. When you display this, you can see that diagonal line. See, this entire thing is treated as this entire image is treated as an array, and you have selected diagonal elements where I equal to j, and whenever I equal to j, you are displaying it as maximum intensity irrespective of the layers. So it will display a diagonal white line. Now you observe carefully. I'll just give you 1 minute. Observe carefully what we have performed. We have taken here the diagonal values, and throughout those diagonal values, irrespective of the layer, we are giving it maximum intensity and displaying the image. Now let us see further processing of our satellite image. Now if you want to process only red pixels, means you're interested to study only about the altitude in this satellite image. In such cases, you would try to project only those intensities, only red intensities. For that, what you're doing, load the image again to nullify any previous changes. Now create a red mask. Red mask means red filter. Okay, you're creating a red mask. How you're creating this filter? On the photo data, for all the rows, for all the columns, means throughout the image. You're not selecting any particular rows or columns. You're selecting all the rows and columns, means throughout the image. For the zeroth layer represents red. So for the zeroth layer, lesser than 150 intensity. For that, with that you're creating a red mask. Means this red mask now contains all the pixel values with red color lesser than 150, lesser than intensity 150. Now you're applying this red mask on the photo data and making it as 0. What you're trying to do here, you have selected a particular color, and for all the rows and columns in the image, that particular color, if it is having lesser intensities than 150, make it as 0. Means all red intensities will be suppressed, and on all red intensities lesser than 150 will be suppressed, and only high intensity colors will be projected in the image. Okay, now we are reserving the place for the figure and you are showing the figure. See now, you can notice the difference very clearly, right? All other images, all other values you are not interested in. So you are suppressing them, all the lesser intensities of red you are suppressing, and only higher intensities are being projected. Got it? Now same thing you're doing it for green. You're creating a green mask. How should be that mask? On the photo data, for all the rows and columns throughout the image, select the green color, and if intensities of green color is lesser than 150, that would be your green mask. Now apply that green mask on your photo data and make all those intensities lesser than 150 of green to be 0 and load the image. Now you are trying to suppress lesser light values of green. Light means lesser than 150 and project only higher values. Now you can notice here, only green, more in green intensity pixels, high values of green, high intensity values of green, they are displayed, right? Now if you want only high blue intensity values, what should this value be changed to? How to create a blue mask? Can anyone answer? How to create a blue mask?
Value to 2, change it to 2.
Yeah, this value should be changed to 2. Throughout the image, select the blue layer and all intensities of blue lesser than 150, make it as 0. That we are doing here. Understand this carefully. We have taken all rows and columns with respect to blue. That is why we have given the layer 2 here. See here, you can see all the blue pixels being projected, high intensity blue pixels being projected, right? Now, if you want to use them all together, say in some cases, you want intensities of red lesser than greater than 50 and intensities of blue green greater than 50, but intensities of blue greater than only 150, not simply 50. Means in this case you want low intensities of red, low intensities of green, but you want to allow only high intensities of blue. So what you're doing here, you're creating 3 filters now, 3 masks now. Okay, with respect to 0, you want to allow any intensities greater than 50. With respect to green, you want to allow any intensities greater than 50. But with respect to blue, you want to allow only intensities greater than 150. Now, if you want to apply all these masks together, is that possible? By using NumPy libraries logical AND, it is possible. It is possible to combine the red mask, green mask, and blue mask. All filters can be combined at a time by using logical AND. np.logical AND, you're combining red mask and green mask and blue mask and make it as final mask. Okay, now you are applying this final mask on photo data. Now we are applying this final mask on photo data, and that values you are making it to be 0. So what we are doing here, all the red intensities lesser than 50, green intensities lesser than 50, and blue intensities lesser than 150, you are making them as 0 and displaying the image. Let us see how it looks like. See, all the filters applied at a time, you can see only high intensity blue values, but moderate intensities of red and green also are displayed. Now here, if you make all of them to be 150 and re-execute this again, you can see here only high intensities are displayed, not even moderate intensities. Okay, this is how you perform image analysis. Now for you, I want to give one assignment. Take your passport size photo, scan it, make it as a JPG image, and make a sketch out of it. Okay, you might have been using various apps, right? You will feed your photo to that app and it will create a sketch out of it. Now you yourself can do that by image analysis. By next week, I want to see each of your passport size photo made into a sketch by using this image analysis. Okay, that would be your first assignment in VAC. If at all time doesn't permit and we can't give any test for you, I will be assessing your performance by taking your photo sketches by next week. All have to present it. I'll give you a Google Classroom link. All have to upload your sketches of your passport size photos into that link. Got it? So how many of you are present today? 28, right? So all, no, 27. All these 27 students have to make sketches of your photos and display it on the screen by next week. Okay, by next week VAC. Any doubts you can ask me now. Just play with the image what you have. Try to get the best sketch which projects your facial features rather than messing up that entire photograph. Project the facial features more clearly. You see what intensity of color should be made as less, which intensity to be projected more in order to get your facial features, like a good sketch of your passport size photo. Are you going to do this, Benita? Srinivas?
Ma'am, we'll try, ma'am.
Yes, you can try. It doesn't take more than half an hour. Okay, this will be your first assignment. And hopefully, if we get time, you'll get the second assignment, or we'll base your assessment on this one only. Okay? Okay, then I'll stop the recording and take attendance.